What's up, you guys? Welcome to my channel. Today we got a 2015 Honda Civic. If you got a Honda Civic with electrical brakes, such as this is an electrical caliper right here, the parking brake is electrical. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this with no special tools, no nothing. Today we're gonna turn this caliper manually. We're not gonna use no power, no scan tools. I have a video on how to do that with the power, with the battery power, so you don't need no scan tool either way. But today I'm gonna show you guys how to do it without battery pack or scan tool. So we're gonna remove this caliper, change the rotor and the pads, and we're gonna do a complete job here. So stay tuned, keep watching. So to start this job, what we're gonna do is first we're gonna remove this little retainer right here. So let's bring our light over this way. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna take a flat screwdriver, just try to budge this out, put your hand for thumb just like that, so it doesn't come out and shoot you, but it doesn't have that much force. This baby comes out. Okay, next what we're gonna do here is let's take our light to the back end over here now. We're gonna remove this cup right here. It has a small little cup, same thing up on the top. And then we will have access to the bolt inside, which are Allen keys. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this Allen. This is 7 millimeter, and we're gonna turn counterclockwise. So we're turning this way, okay? Downward force. And this thing's gonna move out of the way. So yeah, you see how it's turning, and it's a small little slider pin bolt. And it's the same thing up on the top here, same thing here. So if you guys got models such as 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, maybe 23, 24, 25, same process, nothing different here. For years on, nothing's gonna be different. Probably the style might be different, but the procedure will be the same. And okay, so I forgot one thing. You had to shut off your parking brake, okay? I believe, okay, maybe the parking brake is not on, so just push the button to turn off the power brakes. So let me get this off completely, and then I might have to bring the car back down. And I didn't hear this caliper, so maybe the customer has it off. Usually it will park itself and put the parking brake on for you automatically, but you have that feature that where you could shut it off. Okay, but it's coming off, so if you need to shut it off, shut it off. So maybe she has parking brake because it got to the part where this rust is on this rotor and it doesn't want to come out any further. So what we will do is I will shut that off. I have to go back in the car. So I went up to remove the parking brake. Parking brake is not on. Okay, parking brake is not on. So all I have to do is push the parking brake button down. If you have parking on, it will release, but that is not on. It's just that. Okay, so it is going to give us a bit trouble. Trouble is our middle name. We're going to take these babies out of here somehow, some way. Okay, even a pry bar, a force of pry bar will work. So let me get a pry bar. So we got ourselves a pry bar. So if this was an electrical caliper, you could probably compress it a bit, but since it's a parking caliper, it's not gonna compress at all. But we will get this baby out of here. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is before I don't want to rip the sensor cable right there. So what I want you guys to do is let's take that baby off. Okay, right now use a pick or push on this. So all you need to do is push on this, and this guy will come off fairly and easily. I usually go right through the middle There you go. Make sure you put this baby back in. So we don't want to yank this guy, so do this first before anything, even though I'm doing it now because it's short cable. Or you can remove the connector, the harness from the back over here, right there. But take this baby off. Make sure you plug it back in. Do not forget, because I had a viewer who said, okay, his brake came on after he did all my job the way I said. Then I told him to check that, and that's where it was loose. Okay, so we're gonna move on with our job here. At least we know we're safe there now. So even if you need to put 2 pry bars, that thing is completely rusted. It's the lip on the rotor that's not allowing it to slip off. That's all it is. But remember, like I said, middle name is trouble. So we are gonna get this baby off. Come on. See the middle? The pad in the back, he's not letting it go. There you go. It's almost out. Almost out. There you go. So there's everything. So notice this pad. Oh, we don't want to do that. Let's put the baby right here. So notice this pad in the back has a sensor. It's in the bottom. So you make sure you keep it the same way. Okay, so we're gonna be turning that caliper very soon, but let's remove the bracket and the rotor. Okay guys, yeah, so 17 millimeter and a 17 millimeter, that's the connector for the electrical caliper. Okay, there you go. So 17 and 17 is going to release this caliper here. The bracket, I mean. One, and this is 2, and the bracket should come off fairly easily. Just like that. Okay, now we're gonna come back out and take off the screws of the rotor. Okay, next we're gonna take off this screw. You don't need no special tool here, but it's not gonna come out no matter how much you try. So let me show you guys a small little trick, okay? Bring this screw right here, hammer right in the back. I didn't give it good force, but I'm gonna try. See if it comes out. There you go. That's how simple that is. So if it doesn't come out, give it a good amount of force. So if you got 2 screws, all you need to do is turn for the second one around and bang it again. And our disc should come off nice and easy, just like that. There you go. It's all corroded. It's gotta go. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna clean the hub. We're gonna clean everything. We're gonna prep everything. And now, before we do all that, let's take care of our caliper right now. We're gonna compress this baby. Okay, so let's take this caliper. Let's turn it around, just like that. I just had it earlier, but there you go. So in the back, you got this thing called an actuator, okay? So all it is a motor and a belt, and it just turns. We're gonna remove 1, 2, and that's it, and this thing will pop open. Okay, so I went and got me a new L on another side. This is a 5mm, so we're gonna take off this guy right here, and this one right here on this side. Okay, so once you take those 2 off, this baby should come off. All you're gonna do is wiggle it a bit. Don't try to twist it. just wiggle it, and that's it. This is what this look like, okay? If you ever gotta replace this, just buy another one, smack it right back on. Make sure you pay attention to the seal. If you see any leaking over here, the fluid, brake fluid, bad caliper, you have to change it. But all we need to do here is we have to turn this baby now. Okay, so I went and got 2 sockets, one or the other. Okay, one is expensive, one is cheap. This guy right here is called an inward torque, okay? It's pretty much a torque, like an Allen key type of, but it's a socket. It's the other way around. Over here is just a regular 9mm socket right here. Fits on it beautifully. You can turn it with this, or you could put on just like it looks just like it, and this fits right on it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna use the expensive one, so you guys can get the idea. So what we need to do now is let's turn this baby around just like that. C-clamp isn't gonna work for you, so get it proper tool. Let me back up the camera a bit. Okay, so all I'm gonna do here is, since this tool is flush, you don't need to put a brake pad in between, and you probably don't even have clearance. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put the socket in the back. So I'm gonna push. If I push on this, if I squeeze this too hard, you might not be able to see I cannot turn it. And as I turn, I feel like it wants to come out. So let's go the other way around. So turn, push, turn, push, turn, push. Bada bing, bada boom. You don't need to go to the dealer and pay 900 bucks. This lady came from the dealer. They wanted 900 bucks for this job. And she went and bought her own parts. And we're gonna do it right here together, guys. So this is all done. This is all set, okay? At the end of the video, you're gonna see me how to calibrate this back. All you need to do is push the brake on and off 3-4 times. It's gonna calibrate itself, and you're all set and good to go. So, very simple. Let's take our actuator. Let's position it back on the same spot. If you want to put a little bit of lube on the seal, you can, but this is literally really clean. We didn't need to touch it and bother it. So it might not go on properly, so you might have to play around. Okay, let's play around a little bit with this guy right here. So it needs to match and align, so let's turn it a bit and get this baby on. There you go. And then you can wiggle it around, and we're gonna take our 2 little bolts. 1 and okay, let's get this in the proper angle. Okay, let's take the Allen key here, just like we took it off. We're gonna put this baby back on. You could do this job in 40 minutes at home. My video might be longer, but if I wasn't recording, it would have been nice and simple. So what I want to do here is, I don't want to put my impact gun now. I don't want to put the little electric jolt, so just hand tighten it. You see, I'm not even holding from the edge. That's too much of leverage. Just hold it from right from the tip, and bada bing, bada boom. You're all done. And then finish out your job and put on the pads and rotors. Make sure you watch my how to change the brake video, and everything is all nice and set. That's it. That's how you're gonna compress this baby. Okay, so what I'm gonna do next is I am gonna clean this little guy right here. So the rotor needs to sit flush, so make sure you clean this baby. Make sure you wipe down the area where the bolt and the bracket sits, so they could sit nice and flush. So this looks really shiny. If you're rusted, corroded hub, make sure you clean the heck out of it. So this baby is looking good. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna spray some of this cleaner here. This is just a part cleaner. That's all this is. So what we're gonna do also is we're gonna take our bracket and just brush it down a bit. Brush this baby down nice and clean. That's all we're doing here. Same thing, spray it both sides, spray it. So next what we're gonna do is we're gonna get some greasing, and we're gonna grease this baby. So we take a tiny bit of the grease, and that's all we need to do so our disc can sit flush. Bada bing, bada boom. So I'm using a regular old brake grease right there. You can find it on Amazon. Just type in a brake grease and look for that bottle. Okay, next step here is customer went and got their own brake pads and rotors. So this is the rotors here, if you guys want to find this stuff for the rear, this is what it look like. It doesn't have greasing on it, so it's coated with some type of stuff, material, and that's what I like. So I'm gonna clean it, but we don't even need that. And she went and got her own brake pads. It comes with all the hardware and everything, and the brake pads are in there. Part number I use, this is the brakes I use as well, so this is good stuff, okay? Evolution. So anyways, let's take this baby and put it on the vehicle. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, so if you had a disc with the oil on it, make sure you clean it with the brake cleaner, spray it, and wipe it down with the rag, both sides, front and back. Anyways, what we're gonna do is we're gonna line the hole with the notch there. Oh, that was magic. Hopefully that was captured on the camera. Anyways, so the hole aligns. Check this out. Put the little screw. This doesn't need to be crazy tight. It usually will get tight by itself. So just give it a snug and you're all done. Let's go to the back end and put on a bracket. Okay guys, so we're on the back end. And what we're gonna do is grab our 70mm bolts, and we're gonna get our bracket as well. Okay, so it's already clean, so we don't need to worry about that. What I like to do here is take this baby, put this baby on, and we're gonna capture the bolts nice and smooth. Same thing here. Once you have both of these, make sure you tighten these babies really good. Torque them if you need to, but my torque wrench is out of commission for now, so I am gonna do my best with my hand. And I usually love to do it by my hand because mechanics got their own touch and feel. Okay, let's move the camera out of the way a bit. It's blocking my wrench here. So nice and tight, cannot leave nothing loose. Same thing up here. Nice and tight. Bada bing, bada boom. We're all set there. We're gonna come back out and start working on the brake job. Okay, we got our 4 brake pads from the box. And what we're gonna do here is, again, there you go. We're gonna select, if you put this brake pad in the back, our brake wear indicator turns on the top, so we want to leave this for the other side. And this one is just a plain on all the pad. So if you take this brake pad over here, as you can see, if you put it right there, this thing is in the, this thing has a brake wear indicator in the bottom, so that's a perfect fit right there. What we're gonna do here is small little greasing here. Let's take our greasing, and what I like to do is I like to put a little bit either grease. You can put it here, here, and smack on your brake pad, and that's it. Or you could do it here, put it here, here, and you're all set. Okay, that's how simple that is. Bada bing, bada boom. And what I'm gonna do here is I've got a little too much grease in here, so we're gonna wipe this baby down a bit, and that's it. One more thing, okay? One more thing. Let's take a little bit more greasing, same grease. Let's put it on the brake pad here and here. Very simple and easy, okay, on the outer edges of the brake pad. So what we're gonna do here is, let's take our caliper, let's pull off the slider pins, just a tiny bit grease right inside the bore there. Okay, you don't even have to put it, you can put it here if you want, but on the bore it works really good. And same thing on this one right here. It's gonna let it slide better, and your brake pad will wear out evenly. Same thing here inside this bore here, just a tiny bit. Let's stick this back in. Okay, next few steps are very critical. Okay, make sure your brake pads are sitting properly, and this little guy has a little spring loaded on the caliper, so you're gonna push back on these. If you don't, your caliper is not gonna go on. Okay, if you can see, I'm holding up the, there you go, the connector was in back of it that was blocking, so make sure that's out of the way. And once this baby, make sure you straighten up this springs here. Should sit just like that. Now I know I'm talking a lot, but every word counts. So take your Allen key. You want to grab the threads manually, okay? You don't want to put your wrench on. You will damage those threads and ending up buying a new bracket or a caliper, whole caliper itself, depending on who the seller is. Sometimes they want to sell you the whole caliper instead of just the bracket. So this thing is almost done. Okay, so here goes nothing. And we're gonna tighten this baby up. At the end of the video, I will show you guys how to calibrate these brakes. All you're gonna do is go inside and you're gonna put the brakes on, off, on, off. But make sure you do both sides first. And that's how simple that is. That's it. Woo! Make sure you put both of the caps on. Double check all your work. Everything is nice and tight. Now, one last step. Let's take our light and the camera. Make sure you put this connector back in and make sure it clicks. Same thing on the opposite side. And that's it. Bada bing, bada boom. That's how you're gonna do brake pads on this Honda Civic. See you guys on the next one. And don't forget the next few minutes how to calibrate this baby. But I do need to go finish the other side, then we will do it. Oh, how can I forget one last step? Okay, let's take this baby. You want to put this retainer on, so we're gonna get one side in. Okay, if you guys can see it good, let's bring the camera and the light a little bit over so we all can see better. Okay, there it is. Should be a nice clear video. So all I did so far was I took this end and I put one side in, and this one's sitting right here. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna put this one sitting right there. This is where I use my flathead screwdriver. So have this edge right here, this guy lined, and or you could just stick this baby right in there and then push this guy, but that will be the hard way. So I like to stick this in and just turn this baby over. You can even do it by hand. It is gonna be tough. It's not gonna be so easy. Just make sure it doesn't come flying and hit you in the face. Let's tap this baby in a bit. Okay, it doesn't want to go in, so let's try this way. There you go. Okay, I think that's the easier way on this vehicle. Let's push this baby in. I'm sure people has trick up their sleeve, so it's all a matter of time. Once this thing sits in the hole, usually this aftermarket stuff is never perfect. There you go. Okay, I don't even like it. You know what? I don't even like this guy. It's not even perfectly aligned. So we're gonna stick with the old one, which is no problem. Okay, there you go. And that's it. Very simple. Tap, tap, make sure it's nice and flush and both sides are sitting evenly, and you're all set, guys. Okay, now it's time for us to calibrate. So what we did is make sure everything is nice and plugged in. This is done. We did it together, and I did the other side. Wheels are on, lug nuts are on, everything is nice and tight. There's our new brakes in there. Anyways, we always got to calibrate every time you do play around with the actuator. So it's very simple. Okay, let's get inside the vehicle. Tires are freely spinning. That's how they're supposed to be. So first thing I want to do here is I want to pump the brake pedal. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and once you do that, what you want to do is put the key on accessory. You don't have to. Okay, I started the engine. You don't need to start the engine. Okay, let's go back. Just a key on. Okay, what we're gonna do here is key's not on yet, so everything should be lit up. Let's put on the brakes, and I heard the calipers come on. I need to turn off this volume here. Okay, brake is on. Press the brake pedal. Turn off the brakes. Brakes are off. Let's put on the brakes. Off. And that's it. Okay, I turned key off, I'm sorry. So again, we got our brake on. Let's turn it off.
Please depress the brake pedal to release the parking brake.
There you go. Brake is off. The sign went off. We're gonna put the brake on. Brake is on. Sign is back on right there in the corner, the red light. Right there. Let's go get a closer look right there. The brake is on. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna shut this off. Okay, I keep making that mistake. Okay, turn the engine off. Let's go out. There you go. Brake is on. What was that? What was that noise? All right, so the brake is on. Neither one of the wheels are free. Okay, you cannot turn these no more. Okay, what we're gonna do now is, just to confirm it, we're gonna put the accessory on, press the brake pedal, turn off the brakes. You hear the actuator come on, it disengages the brake, and your tire should freely spin like that. And same thing on the other side. If it does not disengage, and if you have any lights, you have issues. Okay, maybe you left the connector loose. That's it. Bye bye.